Do you know if...
Down in front. I put Brighton on your list, but If I could ask for quiet in the hall, I'd appreciate it. We're about to get started for our ceremony, so I want to invite folks at this time to find the nearest seat that they could find. And we will start our program.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us this evening to celebrate this wonderful class. It has been Kevin and my pleasure to see them grow from kindergarten students to sixth graders. This is the first class that he and I have been at throughout their years at Johnson School. And wow, what a class to have as our first full class. For those of you who are guests, I'm Tony Parentazzi. I'm the superintendent of schools here in Nahant. And this is our sixth grade moving on ceremony. Tonight we're joined by some distinguished guests. First of all, Representative Peter Capano and his aide. Select Person Joshua Antrim. Town Manager Antonio Barretta. Police Chief Tim Furlow. And 3 school committee members who happen to be parents of children in this wonderful class. Our chair, Patricia Karras. Our vice chair, Michelle Dam. And Leanna Deloy. Thank you all for joining us. I would be remiss if I did not mention other distinguished and individuals who are here collectively, the wonderful faculty and staff at the Johnson Elementary School who are most responsible for this evening. We not only have present staff members here, but as is typical of our former staff members, they've rejoined us for this evening. Thank you so much. Although he needs no introduction, because he was also our DJ for Pomp and Circumstance, Kevin Andrews, Johnson Elementary School Principal.
Thank you, Superintendent Parentazzi. At this time, I would like to invite to the microphone our Student Council Vice President, Alex O'Shea, and Secretary Eliana
stand if you're able to help us recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all for joining us tonight. Tonight, I have the privilege of joining several members of our community that would like to recognize the hard work of Nahant students who will soon join the graduating high school students in Swampscott and other schools and moving on to higher education. I'll be joined by members of the community who represent their organization and wish to present scholarships for students to recognize their good work. At this time, I'd like to invite Nahant Garden Club member Joanne Binos to the microphone.
Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here tonight. And I want to tell you that I'm not only celebrating with the recipient of the Nahant Garden Club Award, but I'm celebrating my whole family, which is here, because I'm blessed to have 3 grandchildren at the Johnson School. One of them is graduating tonight, Connor Deloyd, and then I have Alexa Deloyd and Ryan McLeod. And my daughter, who's on the school committee, Liana, and Jamie Brianos McLeod, who is a teacher at Swampscott, and my son-in-law, James, who is the head of the PTO, and my son-in-law, Matt. So everybody's here. So it's great. So the Nahant Garden Club has chosen an outstanding student. He ranks 6th in the class of 2023 at Swampscott High School. He's very well-rounded. His interests are engineering, soccer, other sports, arts, and he's done a great deal of community service. And I want to congratulate and welcome Simon Wobno.
Why don't you step over here so you get a nice picture? No, you're in Simon. What? Simon, you can accept it right here.
Like it's worth a million seeds. All right.
Thank you, Ms. Binos, members of the Deloitte family, members of the Binos family, wonderful folks to have as part of the Johnson School community. It's great to be part of this town. Next up, I'd like to invite ML Court from the Women's Club. Oh. Who is it? Oh. Mia Karina, that's what she said. My apologies, Mia Karina from the Women's Club with her photographer, ML Court.
As shy and retiring as ML is, not really, you know her. The Nahant Women's Club is pleased to present our scholarship this year to a guy with solid academics, volunteerism, and the desire to creatively use computer science to help people with disabilities to live more fully. Our scholarship goes to Torrin Anderson.
Another round of applause. Next, we have a very long-term serving member of the Nahant Police Department and the current Chief of Police. Please welcome to the stage Ms. Roz Pulio and Chief Timothy Furlong.
We're pleased to be here. The chief and I are pleased to be here. Again, this is year 27 of the Christmas parade. And looking forward to 28. And we have 5 scholarships this year, and they were all very active in the town, community service, moving on to their college, and schools of higher learning. And we're very proud to have, I've known these kids since they were in kindergarten. I've watched them when I was crossing guard going through everything. And it's amazing to see them graduating. All right. Our first scholar is Mia Alexa Shenna, and she's going to Curry College. And next recipient is Mia Raphael. She's going to Bryant University. Our next recipient is Elise Hemmernick, St. Michael's College. And then Braden Bazarian, he's going to Bryant University. And our final recipient tonight is Colby Godwin. He's going to Rochester Institute of Technology. And look forward to seeing you all at the 28th annual Christmas parade this year. It'll be December 23rd. Have a good night.
Next up, we'd like to invite to the microphone a member from the St. Vincent de Paul Society, Mr. Christian Martin.
Hey everybody, I have a presenter here with me. She keeps you guys from watching me while I talk. Like every year, I'm here to present the Monthly Scholarship, which is awarded each year by the Nahant chapter of the St. Vincent de Paul Society. And it's in honor of Bob and Janet Munnelly, and they were dedicated members of St. Vincent who tirelessly worked for those in need. This scholarship recognizes graduating Nahant High School seniors who share not only that same spirit of charity, but also especially those with an interest in education or the arts, and which are 2 things that were very important to them. Turn page. This year's winner demonstrates an obvious connection to both charity and education. Having consistently performed a wide range of volunteer work throughout his childhood, and now, in the footsteps of several family members, prepares for his own career in the field of education. Please join me in congratulating Ethan Angersbach as this year's scholarship winner.
Next, we have a special presentation made by several former staff members of the Johnson School. I think the next presentation really shows the commitment and the long-term passion that teachers have to support the students of Nahant in their education. I'd like to welcome members of the Rona Brodski Memorial Scholarship to the microphone. We have 4 teachers who are here who are former teachers from the Johnson School. We have Gail Guimond, Diana Hennessy, Peggy Silva, and Terry Brown. Welcome to the podium.
My glasses just in case. Good evening, everyone. We're here today to present the final Rona Sue Brodski Memorial Scholarship. It has been presented for the last 25 years to a member of the graduating high school class. The recipients must have attended the Johnson School in Nahant, demonstrated personal qualities of exemplary citizenship and conscientiousness, and good moral citizenship. And finally, they must have been accepted by an accredited 2- or 4-year college leading to a degree. Rona was a beloved teacher who graduated from Salem State College. She began teaching in Nahant in 1968. Rona and I taught together for about 30 years. She was devoted to her students and was loved by all. We had many wonderful adventures on our teaching journey as Lucy and Ethel. For those of you who don't know them, they were a comic duo. Labor Day, 1997. She called to tell me that her classroom was all set up and ready to begin the school year. This year, her theme was Reach for the Stars. Rona added that she was going to a wedding and would see me the following Monday. And by the way, she enlightened, I have bought our Halloween costumes, and we're going to be M&Ms. The next day, the superintendent called and told me that Rona had passed away. She was only 51. I was in shock. Rona, she was so vibrant and full of life, it couldn't be true. But unfortunately, it was. She had had a brain aneurysm while dancing the Macarena at the wedding. Her time was up. The time that we are given on earth is a gift. We never know how much time we're going to get. So we need to make the most of the time we have. Think about M&Ms. Who doesn't like them? They come in many colors: brown, red, green, yellow, blue. and they bring a unique flavor. We are all unique too. Choose your own color and your own flavor. Remember, no one can be unhappy with a handful of M&Ms. So be happy as you begin your many new adventures. This year, we are proud to present the final Rona Brodski Scholarship to 3 deserving applicants in honor of the 25th anniversary. Each recipient will receive $750 to help them pursue their education. The first 2 scholarships will be presented by 2 dear colleagues and close friends of Rona. The first being given by Diana Hennessy.
Good evening. It is an honor to present the Rona Brodski Scholarship to Mia Raffaelli. At Swampscott High School, Mia was an active community member, played soccer for 4 years, and made captain of the swim team. Mia has strong leadership skills, an excellent work ethic, and effective interpersonal skills. Mia will be attending Bryant University in the fall. This scholarship in Rona's name signifies the commitment she gave and the legacy she left at the Johnson School. She was a true friend and colleague, and now congratulations to you, Mia.
Thank you.
All the best.
Our next scholarship presenter is Peggy Silver.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so proud and honored to be here to present this wonderful scholarship in memory of our wonderful teacher and colleague, Rona. This recipient of this scholarship has achieved and excelled in several areas on her journey after leaving the Johnson School. She was sitting here just short 6 years ago. In academics, she maintained an A- average. She was on the honor roll every year, and she was a student intern in a leadership role at Discovery Point program, which helped other students in achieving learning skills, vocational skills, and life skills. Since she was a Girl Scout for 10 years, that equates to doing constant community service. She made and served meals at my brother's table. She worked at the food drive at the St. John's in Swampscott. She participated in sock coat toiletry drives for the needy. And she also volunteered to set up and break down the Vietnam Wall that Heals on its historic trip to Nahant. This was a personal and proud project for her to be involved in because of her grandfather being a Vietnam veteran. In athletics, she played soccer at every level, town, club, high school. She was captain her senior year, and she was a member of the 10-goal leaders in the Division III. She was captain of Powder Puff, which is a big deal when you're in high school. She ran for over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns, and she was also a 4-year varsity athlete in track and field. Plus, she also volunteered coaching soccer for Nahant Youth Soccer and for Rover Soccer Program, which helps those that are in need. In spite of this, too, she was a lead ballet dancer for the North Shore Boston Ballet. As far as her future, she is accepted to Curry College in their nursing program, and I wish her continued success as she commences this new journey, a new phase of her journey. Another colleague of ours, Lonnie Stevens, long ago, had initiated a phase that always said, as you start your journey, she said, no matter where you wander, no matter where you'll be, always remember your school by the sea. Okay? So I'm proud to present this sculpture to an 18-year Nahant native resident, because it's truly for 18 years, because literally today is her birthday, Mia Shanna.
Our third presenter is Terry Brown. We were fortunate to have her step in for Rona as the next Johnson School first grade teacher. Rona would have been over the moon to have such a capable educator dedicate herself to her beloved school community for the ensuing 23 years. And Terry will now present the final Rona Brodski Scholarship. And I would like to also add congratulations to all the high school recipients of their scholarships. And I especially want to remember that it's a graduation for the Johnson School. And in memory of Rona, and I have brought M&Ms. If you are not allergic, and if your parents let you have them, right next to Rona's picture, you may each choose your color and your kind. Congratulations to everybody!
Good evening. I am elated to present the final Rona Brodski Memorial Scholarship to a conscientious, creative problem solver who strives for excellence both in and out of school. This National Honor Society member excels in chemistry, math, physics, robotics, DECA, and piano, and is also an accomplished runner for cross-country and indoor and outdoor track. The Thurgood Marshall School, an inner-city middle school in Lynn, is one of the many organizations benefiting from this go-getters drive for both initiating and leading drives, collecting school supplies, sneakers, winter clothing, perishable items, all to help support Marshall students, their families, and their teachers. We wish you all the best as you continue to think outside of the box, swing for the fences, and shine in computer engineering at Rochester Institute of Technology. Congratulations, Colby Godwin. This is the end. Ready? And congrats to all of our spectacular scholars. May you all reach for the stars. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you for that remembrance of a very important member of our community. It's a hard act to follow right there, but we appreciate the contributions that you made to the school and to the students, and it was a great show of solidarity for our graduates. At this time, I'd like to ask to come to the microphone Ms. Michelle Dam to present a scholarship.
Good evening, everyone. Not only am I here to celebrate my son Jonathan and his classmates in their achievement of graduating 6th grade at the Johnson School, I am excited to be here to present the Nahant Youth Soccer Scholarship. The Nahant Youth Soccer Scholarship awards $500 to a Nahant High School student who demonstrates academic and athletic excellence and who is a devoted community servant. The recipient of this year's award is an excellent student, was the captain of her high school soccer team in her senior year, was selected to play with the Aganis Foundation's All-Star Soccer team, and has devoted much of her time volunteering for organizations such as Nahant Youth Soccer and the Rovers, who is an organization dedicated to children with special needs, and many others. In addition to this, she'll continue her academic and sports career in the fall at Curry College. For all of these achievements, and many more that there are too numerous to list, Nahant Youth Soccer is pleased to present this award to Mia Shenna. Thank you.
And I think it's appropriate to close out this segment of our scholarships by introducing the president of the Nahant Teachers Association and longtime staff member, Ms. Nancy Caggiano.
Hello. Congratulations, first of all, to the 6th graders on graduating. My name is Nancy Caggiano. I'm a preschool teacher at the Johnson Elementary School, and I'm also the president of the Nahant Teachers Association. I am here to present two $500 Nahant Teacher Association scholarships. The Nahant Teacher Association Scholarship is awarded to a student who has attended the Johnson School, demonstrated personal qualities of exemplary citizenship, conscientiousness, reliability, and good moral character, and has been accepted to a 2- or 4-year accredited school of higher learning. I'd like to acknowledge and thank all of the students who applied for the scholarships. All the applicants were extremely qualified, and they should be proud of their accomplishments. The final decision was difficult for the scholarship committee to make, but after careful consideration, 2 seniors stood out to the committee. The 2 recipients of the Nahant Teachers Association Scholarship are Ethan Angersbach and Ethan will be attending UMass Amherst. Congratulations. And Ellie Hermanick. And Ellie will be attending St. Michael's College. Congratulations. Good luck. Thank you.
All right, well, that concludes our presentation of the Nahant High School scholarships. My Apple Watch is telling me to stand up and stretch, so we're going to have a 2-minute intermission and then get back in our seats and continue with the 6th grade moving on ceremony. Thank you. All right, folks, we're going to get back to our places and we're going to continue our program. Our movement break is concluded. Our brief movement break is concluded and we're going to rejoin the group. Thanks again to everybody who made the first segment of our program so successful. And we're ready to move on to our 6th grade moving on ceremony. At this time, I would like to introduce the president of our student council, Kenneth Drolet.
My name is Kenny Joette, and I can say with pride that it's been a pleasure to attend for Johnson School. Thank you to Mr. Parentazzi, Mr. Andrews, distinguished staff, faculty and staff, friends and fellow graduates. Welcome to my classmates who are graduating the 6th grade this year. I'm sure you all have similar fond memories of our time at school. Welcome teachers who have helped prepare us for our transition to the Swampscott Middle School and for later in life. Thank you to all my friends for both helping me and others better enjoy our time at our great little school. I've been asked to speak a little bit about each of our years here together at the Johnson School from kindergarten through 6th grade. Some of my earliest memories are from kindergarten. The Johnson School has some amazing traditions, and the first of many happened right away. We are each given a 6th grade buddy who seemed so old at the time. I was prepared with Braden Bazargian, Heather's older brother, who I share a friendship with and look up to, and really enjoy catching up with him when I run into Braden around town. Miss Purdon was an amazing teacher who was always kind to her students, and she taught us about personal space and common sense. Kindergarten was the introduction for math for us. Little did we know, from that point on, we'd learn something new every day. In Miss Peever's first grade class, we went gardening, and our kindergarten buddies who had moved on to the 7th grade came back to say hello, which was a highlight. We started reading groups and we could write our own stories, which were very fun to do. Later that year, we put on a play, and we are all very proud to show our parents the hard work we put into it. Our second grade teacher, Mr. Kelly, was such a nice man and a wonderful teacher. The most memorable part of second grade was Valentine's Day tea. Each student got to invite someone special to the school and present them with a special Valentine's Day celebration. That person was my Grammy, who I love very much, and I'm very happy to spend such a great day with her and make her feel wonderful as she is. Thank you, Johnson School, for such a great tradition. That day is one I will always cherish. Third grade, wow. Mr. Ant's college prep third grade. She definitely helped prepare us for the future. She gave hours upon hours of homework a night. Third grade was a challenge, to say the least. The homework was more than all of our other grades combined. However, it was because she cared about our education. It must have taken forever to come up with all that homework. Then COVID put us into quarantine, and she had to work extra hard to teach us through Zoom school. This was difficult for all of us. As my dad would joke and say to me, it's all downhill after third grade. Fourth grade. We are very lucky to only miss a few days of in-person school when most of the kids were still in quarantine, and Zoom schooling another benefit of our little school. Mr. Laurer is a very kind yet firm teacher. He always made sure we did the right thing. His crazy songs to help us memorize and remember all of our lessons from math to social studies. We got to write down our own stories in the fourth grade, like the first grade, however this time we are more experienced and wrote better and more creative stories. And this was the year we got to take our masks off and have our life back to normal. Ms. Thibault is a brilliant teacher, and yet very kind and never yelled. We enjoyed the science and chemistry lessons because she would always teach us how things actually worked. I remembered the nature walks through the woods to teach us about the animals. Now we are sixth graders in Miss Kobus's class. She is one of my personal favorite teachers. Why? In sixth grade, we learned about ancient history for the first time, which is very enjoyable. This year, in keeping with traditions, we each got our own kindergarten buddies, and I've much enjoyed getting to know Freddie Blair, and hope that he has the same bond with me that I had with Braden. We've enjoyed many field trips such as Canby Lake Park, Ferry Beach, and the Museum of Science, and all of the great end-of-year activities. I'd like to give a special thanks to Miss Howard for always being there for us from the early days right through today. Thank you very much, Miss Howard. I know I can speak for all of my class, that we are very excited for moving on to Swampscott Middle School. I know we will all look back to our time here at the Johnson School with heartfelt memories as some of the best times in our lives. Congratulations to the sixth graders here, and I look forward to seeing you all succeed. Thank you all for your friendships. Thank you to all the wonderful teachers, to Principal Andrews and Superintendent Parentozzi. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all down at the beach this summer.
Great, Kenny. I think this shows you what a great education can do for you. Kenny Drolet, fantastic work. Thank you for being our student council president and leading the students this year. Much appreciated. Next to the microphone is a parent and very involved member of the school committee. She has led the committee through a challenging time where we're looking afield, where our fifth graders that are currently here will be, chaired several meetings, several lengthy discussions, debates, and always thought about what's best for our students. Parent and school committee chair, Ms. Patricia Karras.
Thank you, Kevin. And good evening, everyone. On behalf of the school committee and as a parent of this graduating class, and Alex, I have to signal you out, I wish to welcome you all to the moving on ceremony for our graduates at the Johnson Elementary School. Today, we celebrate the hard work and effort of our graduates, our teachers, and our parents and guardians, as it takes all of us in our community working together to reach this milestone. Graduations are a coming of age, an official way to recognize when a child steps into the next stage of their life. And graduates, you are stepping into an exciting new stage. With every year, you have become a bit more independent, taken on new challenges, and built new friendships. Think back to your first day at the Johnson Elementary School. It might have been exciting and a little scary too. How many of you, when you were watching the JES slideshow last Friday night, thought to yourselves, wow, I can't believe I was that little? Think about how much you have grown, how much you have learned, and how much you have matured. When I worked for National Geographic, they had a tagline that stuck with me, and I hope it will stick with you too. It's rather simple yet powerful. Live curious. It is amazing to watch your curiosity as young children, as you explore your world, as you move on to the next stage of your lives. Live curious. Don't lose that sense of wonder, and don't be afraid to continue to explore your world. Challenge yourself and try new things. Study a language, expand your knowledge of the arts and sciences, technology, engineering, and math. Take a dance, art, music, theater, photography class. Join the band, play a sport. Travel if you have an opportunity. Explore new places and experience different cultures. My hope for all of you is that you never lose that curiosity and sense of wonder that you had as small children, no matter how old you might become. Live curious, learn, and strive for excellence in everything that you do. Give back to your communities and make a difference in this world as you are its future. As you embark on this next chapter, you may feel as you did when you first walked through the doors of the Johnson Elementary School. Excited, a little intimidated, maybe even a bit scared, and that's okay. Support one another on this journey and welcome new friends into your circle. Always remember that you have the support of every parent, guardian, and teacher in this room. We will always be here for you and are so very proud of the young men and women that you have become. Congratulations, class of 2023. Now, everyone, can you please join me and give a very loud, and I said a very loud, round of applause to Mrs. Kobus and Mrs. Howard, who have worked hard to prepare our children for middle school. I would also like to thank all our teachers, and there are many of you here today, and support staff, Superintendent Parentazzi, Principal Andrews, and the Nahant community for guiding and supporting our children. Graduates, enjoy this night with your friends, have a wonderful summer, and remember, live curious. Now, our next speaker is someone who brings many years of experience in construction, thank God, because you'll often find him on the roof of the building, school management and teaching to the district, as well as a professor of law and a skillful negotiator and a tall teller, Superintendent Mr. Tony Parentazzi.
Thank you, Patty. I believe I was the reference when Patty mentioned no matter how old. If you look that up in an encyclopedia, my picture's there, I think. Good evening, distinguished guests, especially the sixth grade students, parents, guardians, family members, and of course, our faculty and staff, prior faculty and staff and present. It's always good to see you. I'm going to break one of my rules tonight. I avoid superlatives, always. You guys know what superlatives are? Curiosity, the best, the highest, the worst. Because as soon as you say one, you're proven wrong, right? Someone else will be better. Hopefully not worse, but better. I'm comfortable this evening standing here and saying that you are one of the best classes that I have ever been associated with. And just to put that in perspective, my first year of teaching was 1967. No cell phones. Remember those bag phones? That was like cutting edge. So, as the class of 2023, you have imprinted many memories on all of us, on the staff, the school, the community. From your first day at Johnson Elementary School until this evening, you will be remembered as one of the best. Okay, why? You're nice to everybody. You're probably the nicest. Oh, there's one of those. You are one of the nicest groups of students that any of us have ever met. You have achieved much, but it's kind of a beginning. This is like a small step. It's not an end, but a beginning, and I think that's important to remember. You have had excellent academic performance to this point. This class is one of the driving forces on the Johnson Elementary School ranking in the 79th percentile in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts for all middle schools and elementary public schools. Congratulations to you and obviously your schoolmates. You've done a great job. It's been a little rocky. You endured COVID-19 disruptions and evidently third grade. But you have done so with good humor, respect for others, including your classmates and schoolmates and adults, and you've done it with a strong sense of appreciation for those who have helped you along the way. And for that, I thank you. In our society today, that's something that is missing so many times. You know, because of electronics and, this constant barrage of words that we're all subjected to, sometimes we don't take the time to recognize the people that have helped us and to say thank you. None of us is perfect. We make mistakes. I get grumpy, as the school committee can attest to. But if you do, you just take a step back, redo what you've done and do it better. Redo what you've done and do it better. That's important. So I want to thank you. I want to also say that you prove a famous line, a famous quotation. And I'm going to go real slow because this is really a good one. Every time I give a move-up speech or a graduation speech, I always use the words of somebody who's way smarter than I am. It's like a little trick. So if you don't know who Ralph Waldo Emerson is, that's something for you to look up on your cell phone. Okay, ready? What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. And I'm pleased to say that I've known you since you were kindergarten students, and from somebody who's been around the block once or twice, what lies within you is a very special thing. Keep it, don't lose it. Keep that curiosity, keep challenging yourself. Also take a moment to thank those tonight, as you walk out, who have supported you and helped you along the way. Enjoy your summer, continue on your path, whatever lies ahead, and remember to keep that thing that's within you that has made you the nicest. Thank you.
Thank you, Superintendent Parentozzi. Well, in no particular order, I would like to address our students. Maeve, Eliana, Elsie, Gray, Kenneth, Julianne, Jonathan, Alexander, Connor, Adam, Violet, Eric, Heather, Star, Reagan, and Ione. It's been truly my pleasure to be your principal. As Superintendent Parentozzi said, this group of students makes a clear argument, I feel, for the importance of having a 6th grade in our town. You've added so much to our community and to our school. You are mature enough to recognize the importance of caring for young ones. We have witnessed this in your work with your buddies, in your crafts, reading opportunities, and special lessons that you had. You're old enough to be trusted to exemplify the virtues that we hold true. And several mornings a year, you've helped me recite them. To be kind, cooperative, respectful, honest, and to be your best selves. You've done all of these things on a regular basis. In the coming years, you'll have choices and challenges. It's my hope that you'll use the skills and the ethics and the experiences that you've gained from your teachers and from the Johnson School to make the most doors open that you can, to keep those doors open and to model for your classmates the behaviors that you expect and to really lead with the passion that you've shown us. I wish you the best in your next educational segment, and it's just another segment in your life that you'll have. If you lead it the way you've had so far, you'll do wonderful. Thank you for having me as your principal for the past several years. And at this time, I would like to introduce a new faculty member who's really taken the school in a great direction, our music teacher, Mr. Scott Bullock. They will be singing the song "A Million Dreams." guys want to take a bow? Next, I'd like to introduce a member of our faculty who needs no introduction, who's made this all possible, as have several other teachers before her. But it's our 6th grade teacher, Ms. Ruth Kobus.
I'm actually up here to present the Math Award, but I'm going to say thank you for being such a wonderful class. It has been my pleasure to be with you. I'm going to be brief. I only gave me one tissue. So, as I said, this year I've had the opportunity to teach the 6th grade math. Which many of the parents out here will realize how challenging that can be. And I also have the pleasure of presenting this year's Lowland Award. For the past 100 years, the Lowland Award, named after the estate of George Abbott James, has been given to the student who excelled in mathematical proficiency. While several students have demonstrated a solid understanding of the complex concepts presented this year, one student in particular stands out. This student not only consistently had high test scores, he enthusiastically shared his love of math with others and always took the time to support his peers as they tried to understand these concepts. It is my pleasure to award this year's Lowland Award to Jonathan Dam. Now I would like to introduce my colleague, Gabby Rademacher, who has had the pleasure of teaching the 6th grade science.
All right, hello. So for those of you who don't know me, which I know a lot of you at this point, but my name is Mrs. Rademacher. So as Mrs. Kobus did, before I present this award, I wanted to just take a moment to say how proud I am of every single one of you. I am so glad I got to teach you before you left for the middle school. That's been one of the greatest things I've been able to do at Johnson School. It has truly been an honor to get to teach you, and we'll really miss you next year. But we wish you all the best in the fantastic things that we know you all do. So this year, I was given the awesome responsibility of teaching 6th grade science. And due to this, I have the opportunity to present this year's Patsy Buca Award for Science Excellence. This award highlights the many qualities of a top scientist: curiosity, persistence, creativity, critical thinking, and problem solving. This year, it was a tough choice to make as to who would receive this award, as the entire class has demonstrated many of these scientific qualities. However, one student consistently stood out. This student was always curious, asking questions when confused and offering their thoughts when asked. They were persistent, always choosing the option to go above and beyond on each test and project. This student was consistently creative, presenting beautiful projects. Lastly, they were an excellent critical thinker and problem solver, acing all their tests and thinking outside the box. It is my pleasure to bestow this year's Patsy Buca Excellence in Science Award to Eliana Uzgadicki. Thank you.
Next, it's my sincere pleasure to introduce Mr. Daniel Mackin, a veteran and Army tank engineer who served in the Army from 1978 to 1982. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Daniel Mackin to the microphone.
Thank you, Kevin. Wow. I'm looking at these gleaming group of young people, and I've got to say, my faith is absolutely renewed in the future of our community and our country. Hello, Johnson School's sixth graders, distinguished guests, faculty, administrators, parents, and families. I'm Dan McMacken. I'm the Post Commander of American Legion Post 215. I wish to congratulate and commend the sixth graders who will be moving forward in their education. I will be presenting the Citizenship Award to the sixth grade student who most exemplifies the traits of a good citizen. Folks in my office had told me to be sure to include some humor in my remarks tonight, but then my wife reminded me that I'm not as funny as I think I am. So, what is a citizen? The term citizen is related to the Latin term civitas, meaning city, and referred in early times to the inhabitants of a city. In modern times, it denotes a legally recognized member of a state who's entitled to certain rights and bears responsibilities. To the ancient Greeks, a citizen was a member of the community who participates in the public affairs through informed, reasoned debate and discussion, respectfully considering the views of others. Aristotle taught us that a citizen is capable of both ruling and being ruled through active participation and deliberation and decision-making in the Roman Republic. Civitas consisted of those city residents who were educated and had the right to vote and hold office. Ideally, they exercised moderation and good judgment by voting for the good of the people, sharing the rights and responsibilities of self-government. Why is it significant to be an involved citizen? Noah Yuval Harari tells us that language and common beliefs are what set us, human beings, apart from other species and has allowed humankind to prosper. As citizens, we work together in groups to achieve results that no single person could ever attain. We build universities and hospitals, roads, airports, infrastructure. We cure diseases, we reduce hunger. We can only do this in groups. We can't do these sorts of things individually, and it is as a citizen that we are able to move forward as communities. This year's recipient was chosen after a very tough review of several worthy candidates among the sixth graders. This student has demonstrated real citizenship, areas of cooperation, kindness, responsibility. Her achievement reflects credit on herself and the Johnson School. It is a genuine pleasure to award this year's Citizenship Award to Reagan Duane.
She gets a medal, too.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mackin. It's such an honor to have special guests at ceremonies such as this, and we appreciate the participation. And that leads me nicely into our next special guest who's here to recognize a student who was special at our Memorial Day ceremony. I'd like to welcome to the microphone Representative Peter Capano.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me. It's an honor for me to be here, and it's an honor for me to recognize Ione Byam Miller. I happen to be at the Memorial Day ceremony this year, and it was just such a tremendous rendition of the Gettysburg Address. Over 100 years you've been doing this? 100 years. And this has to be one of the greatest renditions of the Gettysburg Address that I've heard. I was very impressed and moved by the whole thing. Matter of fact, it's one of the things that I remember the most about Memorial Day. So I'd like to have you come up here. We have a certificate. I'd like to recognize you. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Rep. Capano. And actually, Rep. Capano, if I could ask you to join me as I announce the award winners of our presidential certificates. These are students who are recognized for their high level of achievement. They are distributed by the White House and are included with a medal. The award is based on achievement, and this year we used a combination of MCAS results and our new iReady assessment system to recognize the students who have achieved above the 80 percentile in their class, much like the Johnson School did, as Superintendent Parentozzi mentioned. And I'm happy to say that we had several members who did that. If you'd hold your applause to the end, and Rep. Capano will provide the certificates after I call the names. So for the presidential certificates in outstanding academic excellence, we have the following students: Eliana Uzgatiki, Julianne Sheehan, Adam O'Reilly, Maeve Nugent, and Kenneth Drolette. And we also recognize that all of our students persevered through several years of challenging work and have done a great job in their work in the classroom. So thank you to everybody for their excellent participation. As a final step in our ceremony this evening, I'd like to ask Ms. Ruth Kobus to come to the stage as we prepare to present 2 certificates to our students. Representative Capano has been generous in recognizing the students' achievement by having his office produce separate certificates, which Maeve Nugent's family member, Shay Nugent, is here today to help with. Great. And we have, I'll take those. And these are all in order? Fantastic, great, thank you. And we also have Ms. Ruth Kobus. Thank you, Shay. Is she here too? Ruth, so Ruth, yep, you're here, you're good. Okay. So Ms. Yep, great. Okay, we'll see how this is gonna work. Bear with me. Yeah, that's right. That's what school's all about, learning how to follow directions. Okay, and hopefully my certificates don't slide off the podium here. All right, fantastic. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to ask students to quietly come across the stage, shake hands with Ms. Kobus and receive a certificate of completion, and then with Representative Capano to receive a certificate from the House of Representatives. First to the stage, we will have, I have Jonathan Dam first. That's not right. Those are not in order. Oh, that was, oh my goodness. I'm sorry, I forgot. Jonathan Dam also got a presidential award. Jonathan Dam. Congratulations. I should have known. I should have known. Okay, now I recognize the start of this. Thank you, Rep. Capano, for giving me a break on that one. Elsie Skabakis. And here's yours. So she's supposed to go behind the chairs, and that's okay. Yeah. Oh, but they're not sitting in the right spot. Okay. That's okay. Jonathan Dam. This is for Jonathan. That's for Jonathan. And he's going to come this way. If you want to step forward, Ms. Kobus. Great. Connor Deloyd. Star Bascon. Oh, she didn't make it. Oh yeah, Bozarjan. I got it. Don't worry, Heather, I'm gonna kill it. Heather Bozarjan. Eric Johnson. That's okay. Nice. He'll find his way. That's okay. We're doing this complicated move thing up here today.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I'm gonna go around. Go ahead. Let's start it. Maeve Nugent. All right, Gray, you're gonna get started. Go ahead. Gray Palmer. Kenneth Drolette. Alexander O'Shea. Adam O'Reilly. Violet Powell. Nice move. Julianne Sheehan. Reagan Dwayne. Eliana Uzgatiki. And Ione Byam Miller. Congratulations to our class of 2023. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world. All right, thank you everyone for coming to today's celebration. We'll meet you in the front if you'd like some photographs.